Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do, the usual disclaimers. If you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. Well, folks, NeuroClastic has refused, so you know the drill. Read the article, share it on all your social media. We also got in there NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever actually see through with their threat. Trigger warning one: when we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to utilize the headphones. Trigger warning two: this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously parental supervision is advised. Also, warning: my allergies are kicking my ass right now. You may hear a sneeze, a random cough where it sounds like my lungs are trying to come out of my body. Just apologies for that in advance, all right? Okay, where we left off. This is response to comment 7. The FDA disagrees. The comment incorrectly attributes a description from the executive summary to materials that the FDA identified after the panel meeting. Since the panel meeting, the FDA identified additional information and data, including behavioral studies with larger numbers of subjects. So, what are we talking about here? Was there larger case studies for ESD? And who would sign up for that shit? No, folks. Those are case studies coming from ABA, which is its own hellscape, which we'll eventually, once we bury the JRC, go over in depth. They are talking in regards to larger studies with aversive techniques. Keep in mind, however, that again, ABA has moved away from the more physical versions of adversive therapies and have moved along to mind fucks. You know, taking away soap that you actually own, that you like, replacing with something horrid, and basically tell you you have to act perfectly neurotypical for a certain period of time before you get your own shit back. But you see what I'm saying here, right? Good. Additionally, as explained elsewhere, although the commenter may disagree with how the FDA weighed the evidence, the FDA did not dismiss evidence due to small sample sizes or the fact that they were case reports. Again, can we mention the fact that we have case reports as well as survivor testimonies? What they ultimately put weight behind was the data that we were able to bring forward that supported current medical practices over the barbaric insanity that the JRC gets up to. Like it was difficult, not even close. However, these factors did result in the FDA assigning relatively less weight than we would to a more robust design, such as a randomized controlled trial with a large number of subjects. which is reasonably so. A small test group, there's issues there, folks. Particularly when you are dealing with as wide range of diagnoses as what the JRC ushers through its hellish, bad Disney acid trip from hellscape. Okay? Getting a type of case study that could prove, well, anything from such a wide variety of diagnoses, just the implications of trying to get something together like that hurts my brain. All right? Really hurts my brain. Okay? Case reports are given weight, but case reports that are giving them got the most weight in regards to this particular determination had to do with, in particular, listening to the survivors' stories, but then seeing the medical documents, the science that backs up those stories. You remember the JD versus AH trial, right? Nobody can get away with but we said. Okay? That's why someone like me, the world tends to hate me. I don't care. I hate them right back. I don't just want to hear your story and just listen and believe. Whether it's the JRC, AH, or anyone else dumb enough to try to present me with that type of concept. What I will believe, what I will throw literally everything aside for, what I will risk and put everything on the line for, as I have done for this particular fight time and again, and I'm doing so now, even while we speak, is when you have that many of survivors' stories that aren't just stories, it's backed up by medical documentation. Not just that, but it's also backed up by scientific data. It's backed up by video surveillance footage. You see where I'm going with this, right? Things like that are going to have more weight than a small case report, particularly when that case report really doesn't have anything backing it up. To any reasonable analytical person, that makes sense. But we're not dealing with logical people. Something we need to remember, the folks who are overseeing the determination that they have, the power that they have over these kids' lives, are corrupt. They're Kool-Aid drinking. They are not very well informed with even the most current medical practices, with as problematic as fuck as those are. Okay? We're going to close on that. All right. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to utilize those comments. I appreciate your time this afternoon. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Again, I'll see you in a few minutes.